It is so good to be home at Blue Heaven on Earth. We welcome you back to Dodger Stadium, and we welcome you back to exhibition play as the Dodgers play host to the Angels. 3 Freeway Series games, 2 in LA and 2 down in Anaheim before domestic opening day on Thursday. Alongside Eric Karros, I'm Stephen Nelson. Kirsten Watson going to check in here in just a second, EK. But it's weird. The Dodgers are already 1-1. These next 3, they're not going to impact the record at all.
No, you're already in midseason form. You drop precipitation instead of rain and domestic instead of home. Man,
that's right.
We're ready to go. Well, the Dodgers are ready to go as well. Yes, these are some spring games. It's a little odd that you're coming back after you've already got 2 games in the books. But this is a good transition into starting the season here, as you would say, domestically. They get their timing going, get ready to go, and hit it up on Thursday.
Yep, the regulars are in there to start tonight. We're going to see them over the next 3 days as well. Right now, we're going to see Kirsten Watson down in the Dodger dugout.
Thanks, Stephen. And yes, as you mentioned, the regulars are in the lineup. Dave Roberts told us that he's going to run them out there. The plan is for the position players to take down probably 3 at-bats, play defensively through about 5 innings. So it'll be similar to what we saw in spring training. And then all of the guys on the bench, we'll see them kind of piggyback that second half. He told us that today, this is the usual lineup. It's focused going against a righty. Tomorrow, the Angels have a lefty on the mound, so it might look a little bit different for what we're going to see in the season when the team is facing a lefty. But the guys, they're a little bit jet-lagged, but they are ready for these games and to be back home, guys.
And we are ready to watch him, Kirsten. Thanks for that report. When we come back after this timeout, Bobby Miller will throw out the first pitch to Anthony Rendon as we kick off the first of 3 in the Freeway Series. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The spicy Western Bacon Cheeseburger is back for a limited time. When you see in freeway signs, it can be one of two things. You're stuck in traffic, or we're getting you ready for Dodgers and Angels, which is what we got for the next 3 days. We saw this scene at Camelback Ranch in Arizona. A hug between former teammates Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. Mickey Moniak standing by as well as we're getting closer and closer to first pitch. Let's show you the starting lineup for Ron Washington and the Angels. Anthony Rendon moved up the leadoff spot toward the end of spring training. Ron Washington trying to find something here with the third baseman starting off in front of Aaron Hicks in right, Mike Trout patrolling center. Taylor Ward cleans up in left. Brandon Drury at first base. Mickey Moniak will be the DH in the sixth spot. Logan O'Hoppe catching. Luis Rengifo at second, and the young shortstop Zach Neto rounds things out. And for the fourth and final time this spring, Bobby Miller on the mound.
Yeah, you see, I mean, he really is the horse of this staff, and I think he proved himself last year. Got the experience under his belt, and he's going to continue to grow and continue to get better and better. You see the 124 innings last year. I think that gets ramped up to somewhere maybe about 170 or so. I really like what this guy has to add, and he is going to get, like I said, better and better.
Let's now check out his arsenal. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Well, and see, he can get you with a multitude of different pitches. The four-seamer, the sinker, the curveball, the slider, the changeup. You just can't sit on any one pitch. And we're talking a four-seamer that's 100 miles an hour. That changeup, though, is deadly.
In case anybody missed the pregame news, Dave Roberts telling the media that Bobby Miller is lined up to take the ball Friday night in the second game of the series for the Dodgers against the St. Louis Cardinals. That game will be on Apple TV. Tyler Glasnow will have the opener on Thursday. That Doc and company ready for Bobby Miller to throw the first pitch to Anthony Rendon, which misses inside for ball one. So another injury-plagued year. The Angels for Rendon last year, limited to more than 40 games. Soft ground ball, right side. Lux ranging to his left, scoops it up, and quickly went away. Well, last time we saw Bobby EK, he was hurt a little bit by some defensive lapses behind him. Gave up 4 runs, just 3 of them earned on 6 hits and a walk in 3 1/3 against the Guardians in Arizona. As you can see, there are some drops starting to fall here at Dodger Stadium, as was expected. First pitch swinging for Aaron Hicks, popped up beyond the infield. Shortstop Mookie Betts drifts back and waves everybody off.
You got to like the way that Bobby started. He's 2-0 to Rendon and just challenges him with a fastball and saws him off. And this is it. You're sitting on that fastball as a hitter and still can't do anything with it. And then Hicks, first pitch, fastball. Got 2 outs right now facing this man.
And that is the 3-time American League MVP Mike Trout. Miller gives him strike 1. Back in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Getting ready for year 13 for Trout. High in the air, another pop-up induced by Miller, who's got this one. Mookie does again. That's an 8-pitch. Top of the first for Bobby Miller. And Mookie Betts hustling back to the dugout. He's got to get ready to lead off. He'll do so next. Used to begin both games in the Seoul series. Mookie Betts at short. Shohei Ohtani's the DH. Freddie at first. Will Smith cleans up the catcher. Max Muncy at the hot corner. Teoscar Hernandez in left. James Outman in center. Jason Hayward in right. And finally, Gavin Lux at second base. And the challenge for the Dodgers in this one, Griffin Canning, Southern California kid, former UCLA Bruin. First pitch strike to Betts. All right, EK, get into the StatCast 3D.
Yeah, the UCLA product came up as a young pitcher, had some back injuries, and now has reestablished himself. See that four-seamer? He likes to move the ball around the plate. Not going to overpower you with anything. Lives on the corner, stays out of the heart.
Some would say he went to an esteemed institution in West.
I think that's proper.
2 balls and a strike on Mookie. How about a Seoul series for Mookie Betts, eh?
Oh, my goodness.
As Canning prepares for the 2-1. Hit hard, one hopper to short, good glove by Neto, one away. Mookie just the whole hum, 6 for 9, the home run and 7 ribbies, got himself a Hyundai.
Designated hitter, number 17,
Dodger Stadium welcoming Shohei Ohtani. It's his former team in this exhibition freeway series. Base is empty. 1 down on the bottom of the first. If you're just tuning in, it was a quick top half thanks to Bobby Miller. Using every bit of the pitch clock is Canning. Now he comes home. And Ohtani shoots a fly ball to left field. Ward tracking it several steps from the warning track. 2 down.
Yeah, that was interesting just to watch Canning run that down to the very last second. And I'm surprised that more pitchers don't utilize that, because as a hitter, you're just standing up there and, you don't want to step out, because then that calls for your timeout. And I don't know. I think this year guys are going to use it more and more. Can weaponize it.
Now Freddie Freeman with 2 away. Trying to go after the first pitch, as we know Freddie likes to do. The wry smile between former teammates.
That's got to be interesting, though, just for Ohtani, because they're comrades in pitching, right? Like, I mean, that's a thing. Yet he just got him out as a hitter. It's
former staff mates. It's a great point, though. Obviously, Shohei not due to pitch until next season. But just as he did in Arizona when the Dodgers faced the Angels, Ohtani spending time with his former teammates in the outfield pregame, catching up. Smiles and laughs. Lumber for Freeman. Now the 0-2 from Canning. Just missed off the plate outside. Freddie picked up 1 hit and 6 ABs in Seoul, but walked 4 times. 1-2. Canning gets him. So like Bobby Miller, the Angels starter retires, the Dodgers in order. Oh, we wish the skies were that clear this evening above Dodger Stadium for this Freeway Series exhibition opener. Into the top of the second for Bobby Miller. Needed just 8 pitches to get through Anthony Rendon, Aaron Hicks, and Mike Trout. Now he welcomes Taylor Ward with a strike. First of 3 games between these two clubs before domestic opening day in the big leagues. Obviously, the Dodgers and Padres, the only teams in the majors who have played official games. And Taylor Ward's going to need a new bat.
Yeah, early on so far, he's been getting in there with that fastball. Like I said, 2-0 to Rendon. He beat Trout on a fastball. Aaron Hicks as well. Again, that's not the out pitch.
Ward getting his bat ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Bobby Miller facing the Angels left fielder. Fresno State Bulldog, who is searching for it here toward the end of his spring work. He's 1 for his last 17 coming into today. On 1-2. A little low from Miller. Count squares up. It's out of play. You do a flashback a couple years. Here we are, March 24th, 2024. EK, April 5th, 2022. That was Bobby Miller's 23rd birthday. The 2-2 to Ward. That's on a line to right. And Jason Hayward's going to watch it hit off the bottom of the wall. Ward will hustle into second base with a leadoff double. So the hit he was searching for, he finds.
It's just a
First baseman,
fastball
number
up
23,
out over the
Brandon
plate.
Drury.
Kind of ran back a little bit. Does a nice job of driving this ball.
In scoring position for Brandon Drury. Two 2-0, Miller behind Drury. To get back to that 2022 Freeway Series, it was a happy birthday for him, facing the Angels. Wearing number 92 was Miller back then. Now in number 28. That's right by you, 2-1. As Bobby told Kirsten earlier this spring, he's out of the offensive line in terms of his numbers. That outing for Miller, he froze his now teammate Shohei Ohtani with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
What's wrong with number 92? Check out 92 this year. Look on your thing. That's just.
There is nothing wrong. You didn't give me any time to answer your question. There's nothing wrong with number 92. Ooh. If anything, that shows you heads up in the Angel dugout. Everyone's okay.
I was just going to say, you know, the fastball, again, that's a 3-1. As a hitter, you're ready to hit. You're ready to unload. And that fastball just ate him up.
Now 3 balls, 2 strikes. So I say number 92, it's a good omen for who wears it. So I mean, this year you're looking at the roster. Oh, it's Jared Karros. Sure, he stays alive. Another 3-2 from Miller. That's there. Strike three.
Designated hitter number 16, Mickey Moniak.
Good pitch right there. Been going after guys with that fastball and then drops that changeup on him. Just froze him.
Ward stays on second, one out. Mickey Moniak, the DH today for the Angels. Goes on foul, 0-2. He gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Miller.
He puts Moniak away with a fastball up and out of the zone. A great 0-2 pitch. Again, it just shows the way that Miller can attack hitters. He put Drury away with a 3-2 changeup. This 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Now the catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. A ton of pop in his bat. He takes a strike. It's downstairs. O'Hoppe, New York native, was a draft pick of the Phillies, came to the Angels in the Brandon Marsh trade seasons ago. Miller's 1-1 on the way. Again, misses low. That's going to get by Will Smith and allow Taylor Ward to advance to third. The count slipping to 3-1 for Bobby Miller.
Just yanked a changeup right there. Not much he could do there. Hoppy, a good fastball hitter. 3-1. And that just tells you what kind of stuff that Bobby Miller has. We've seen it a couple hitters so far. Rendon was 2-0. Drury was 3-1. Hoppy 3-1. And that's, you know, as a hitter, you're sitting on a fastball. You're ready for it. You're still not catching up to it.
Bobby's got it full. Now the payoff. Just missed. 2-out walk will put Angels at the corners.
Second baseman number 2, Luis Rengifo.
Strike one to Luis Rengifo. They're trying to keep the game scoreless. Leadoff double for Taylor Ward. Back-to-back strikeouts, Drury and Moniak, and then the walk to O'Hoppe. Movement from Smith behind the plate to keep that in front of him. Big swing, big miss. 1-2.
That changeup just dives out of the zone. Looks like a strike. Rengifo thinks it's going to be a strike.
faint chance. Let's go Dodgers starting to rain down with the rain at Dodger Stadium. Miller gives his 1-2. Bounce on the ground to Lux at second. Easy play. 2 stranded. 2 innings down for Bobby Miller. Still nothing on the board. Certainly enjoyed his time in South Korea. 2 games against the Padres, 5 for 10 with a double, 2 ribbies, and a walk. Second game specifically, tied a career high with 4 hits, and 6 ABs. His 5th 4-hit game of his young career. That cleanup spot, he looks just fine in it. 1 ball, 1 strike, facing Griffin Canning. At the bottom of the second. We should remind folks that are just tuning on, seeing Dodger baseball, the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. They just came back from Korea 1-1. These games don't count. It's next 3 here at Dodger Stadium tonight and on Monday. And Anaheim on Tuesday. Day off Wednesday. Back to Dodger Stadium Thursday.
Catcher on catcher crime right there,
Serious.
huh? Foul ball right off the mask.
Hockey goalie style for Logan O'Hoppe. That's poke foul by Will Smith. One, 2, and that runs in and hits Will Smith. He's flexing that lead left arm.
Well, you hope it was arm and not hand or wrist. Take a look and see where that ball got him.
Right off the elbow.
Boy, an elbow for him, yeah.
Third base, number 13, Max Muncy.
I mean, no place is good. I don't care if it's 80 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour. Used to hate it. Oh, it was an off-speed pitch. That didn't hurt. Like, man, you can get up here and take one in the ribs.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it, EK. And that's probably the last thing Max Muncy wants to see before he steps into the batter's box. Strike 1 from Canning. That's because, you know, Max Muncy did so much work in the offseason. He was so happy with his fitness routine, dropping 13 to 15 pounds coming into spring training. Then he got hit a bunch, including the last time these 2 teams played at Camelback Ranch. Game the Angels won in 4-0 shutout fashion. Muncy had to leave that game early. He's hit on the front knee. I saw him the next day. I was like, hey, Max, like, I don't know much about hitting, but you might want to try to stop getting hit by pitches. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to try that out. Then he got sick before the trip to Korea.
Get it all out of the way
Yeah.
in the spring.
Knocking on my head. Substitute for the Wood. Tap foul by Muncy. Another 0-2 from Kenny. A foul ball from Max. Last year, part of the Dodgers 100 RBI quartet. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, now a former Dodger, current Met, JD Martinez. JD finally finding a new home. Upstairs, ball one. Making Canning work with another foul ball. And Max just climbing that ladder after 36 home runs last year. Now at 175. Certain somebody sitting at the top of 270. Now Muncy with a rope for a base hit to right field. Station to station. First and second. Nobody out in the second.
Nice AB by Max right there. Down early with 2 strikes and then just serves that ball out in the right field. I mean, I've got to believe that he's going to probably have the most opportunities of anybody in that lineup hitting in that 5th spot. Coming up with guys on. And yeah, he's known for hitting the home runs 4 times over 35 home runs. Only Duke Snyder has done that in the history of the organization.
Muncy singling on the 7th pitch he saw. The first one to Teoscar Hernandez. He offers that and misses.
This year with runners in scoring position, and I say this year, that 2 games in Seoul, right?
2 games in, yep.
Yeah, Mookie and Will Smith, they were 5 for 6.
You like
They were
that?
hot. Rest of the team 2 for 25.
I don't like that so much.
But you figure they're due, right? They're going to get hot.
Good pitch from Canning. It goes Teoscar's way. 2 balls and a strike. And for Teo, he was 1 for 8. He'd score a couple times. He'd walk a couple times. New Dodger outfielder. 2-2. So that's 3 consecutive batters Canning has gotten 2 strikes on. Each of the previous 2 reached. Can Hernandez follow suit? Canning peeks at Smith, comes home to Hernandez. Gets him to swing and miss. Second strikeout of the game for Griffin Canning.
Center fielder, number 33.
Just elevated, never a strike at any time. Just tough for Teoscar to lay off of, especially getting those RBI situations. You want to make it happen, and sometimes you get too aggressive.
Good thing about this lineup is that usually the guy behind you can also make it happen. James Outman certainly did. His rookie season was a Rookie of the Year finalist. Swings and misses, fall behind, 0-1. 23 homers, 70 runs batted in. Quickly 0-2.
Canning a little life on that fastball, living up in the zone, and guys not being able to catch up to it.
Check swing, foul ball. So we were talking off the hop today, EK, about 2 games that count. You come back, now you're back into exhibition mode potentially. Are you back to working on stuff? Or are you playing every game as if it's a regular season? You know, for James, 0 for 6 in Korea. Before that, in spring training, he was really having a torrid stretch. Did he go? No, he did not. Paul Clemens confirms at third base.
I think if there's anything that I would be doing, you know, after coming back and playing 2 games, I'd want to see some pitches. I'd want to track pitches, try and get my eyesight down and my depth perception playing at Dodger Stadium.
Good block by O'Hoppe. 2-2.
Sure, it's nice to go up there and swing and bat the ball around, but again, I'm getting ready for Thursday, and I want to see pitches. I want to see pitches in this stadium. Get my timing down.
Two on, 1 out. Soft flare to short. Smith has to hustle back to second before Neto can get there.
Right fielder, number 23, Jason Hayward.
Yep, Jason Hayward with 2 down in the second. Two starts in Korea for Jay Hay. 2 hits, 2 ribbies. Scored 3 times. Smith and Muncy would like to run.
After the ball's hit, right?
Yeah.
You're not putting that on Will. You're not stealing bases yet with Will and Spring.
Look, it's an exhibition.
Yeah,
We could get weird if you want to. But 2-0. Hayward was after it, and I swung and missed. Nods it head. Okay. The light rainfall continuing here at Dodger Stadium. Hayward, just foul. Just foul on the right field line. Two on, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Hayward. To right field he goes. And that's going to get to the warning track. 1 hop the wall. Will Smith scores. Stop sign for Muncy at third. A 2-out RBI double for Jason Hayward. And it's 1-0 Dodgers.
Well, you got your wish, Nelly. You got to see the 2 guys run, and this is a pitch just down in the zone, and Jay Hay stays right on that thing. See, he drops his head there. And really a nice job.
So the 2-out knock will inspire a mound visit. Barry Enright, Angels pitching coach under Ron Washington. Looked like Hayden Sieg warming up. Now Gavin Lux, 2 in scoring position, 2 out in the second. All for a strike from Canning. It's a new year, but same production with 2 outs for the Dodgers. Last year, of course, most in baseball, 369 runs scored, 2 away. The 0-2 to Lux. To left field, coming in Ward. He ain't gonna get there. 2-run score. Gavin Lux gonna take that.
The only thing about that is you just don't want to waste those in spring training, right? That's a base hit, 2 RBIs, 2-strike hit. I'm not even sure he knew where the ball was after he made contact. He's my guy, though, this year as far as I think he's going to have a special season. Hitting in that 9th spot, hitting ahead of the big 3. Remember, that's where he hit a few years ago, and I mean, I think offensively he's going to do some things.
So that knocks Griffin Canning out of the exhibition. Pitching change for the Angels. The inning will continue for the Dodgers when we come back. To start breaking with runners in scoring position, Jason Hayward with an RBI double. And Gavin Lux, he thought it was a foul ball. No, that was a 2-run single.
So that's 3 runs on the board. We're not even talking about Mookie, Freddie, or Shohei. That's what's going to make this lineup just so special this year.
But now we're talking about Mookie. He's back up for the 2nd time. Grounded to short, leading off the game. He's the first opponent for Hayden Sieg. And Mookie Betts greets him rudely. Line drive, left field, off the base of the wall. Lux on his horse, arms up for Dino Ebel. A stand-up double for Betts. And the Dodgers ain't done yet in the 2nd.
Try to run a fastball in on Mookie, and you're not going to beat those hands. Gets that ball down in the corner. Lux is hustling hard, too. Dino's held up 2 guys today, Max Muncy and then now Gavin, that I don't know that he would do in a regular season, but certainly in spring.
One of the best in the business. He, like Shohei Ohtani, has been on both sides now of the three-way series. All one tails well outside.
Yeah, you say one of the best. Dino might be the best. And make sure you tune in Tuesday night because he will be mic'd at third base.
Oh, you know, it's called a tease. Well executed by UEK. Shohei Ohtani held up. So it's 2-1. Betts on second. Lux on third. Already a 3 spot in this frame for the Dodgers. Can Shohei add to it? Patient at the plate. Stares down ball 3. Say let it rip, Show. No need if it's outside. Walk to load the bases for Freddie Freeman.
Number 5, Freddie Freeman.
You had 2 outs, men on first and second, no runs. And now you're down 3, bases loaded, Freddie Freeman up. Tell me you want to face a Dodger offense.
11 grand slams last year for the Dodgers, tied a franchise record. Frederick had 2 of them. See, gave him 2 strikes to start off this one. On 0-2. And misses downstairs. Well, the spring numbers have been there for Freddie Freeman. He hasn't been totally thrilled with the lead up. Likes going the other way as he did there, just a little too far as it slices foul. Trying to find it. Ever the perfectionist is number 5. Digs in for this 1-2 from Sieg. Woo! Okay. And I got a present with that call. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Patriotic spray chart.
Right.
Freddie Freeman. Serve down the line again, and again foul.
There was an at-bat this spring against the White Sox. Take a look at this pitch right here. I mean, it looks like a ball.
It was called.
It looks like a ball, right?
Pitch number 7 from Sieg to Freeman, and Freddie pulls it this time down the right field line, and that time it's foul the other way.
Going back to the at-bat he had in the spring, it was against the White Sox, and just talking about Freddie trying to find things and getting a feel. He hit a weak grounder into the first base dugout. The bases are loaded. He puts the bat over his head. He's like, oh man, like, you know, I can't hit. Next pitch, granny. Right, and that's the thing with Freddie. He's always looking for perfection, but it's the beauty of baseball. There's always that next pitch.
And the next pitch, pulled foul. Big battle.
I mean, if there's one trait you have to have, whether you're on the mound or hitting, is you got to compete. You've got to compete every single pitch, even when things aren't going well.
Pitch number 9. That's ball 3. We're full.
As long as you're competing, you give yourself a chance, and good things can happen.
Bases loaded for Freddie Freeman. The 10th pitch. Everybody going. You can slow the runs to a walk. A bases loaded walk. Plates another for the Dodgers. Still the second inning. Hey, Will Smith. Good to see you again. The Dodgers catcher and cleanup batter who started this thing by wearing one, came around to score. Jason Hayward's double.
Now batting for the Dodgers, The catcher, Will Smith.
See, got a pep talk from Barry Enright. Still has the bases loaded. Just inside to Smith. By O'Hoppe. It's the 50th pitch thrown this inning by the Angels. Working quick. It's fouled.
You know, there's a thing they always say, like, hey, this guy hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. You know, it very rarely happens. How many times do you think a guy has been hit by a pitch twice?
Don't wish that on him.
I'm not wishing it. It's a conversation.
Oh, okay.
I'm not wishing it on him. I'm wishing home run.
Popped up. Playable. In fair territory. Drury going back. Hey now! Cannot make the play. Fell in foul territory. Everyone's got to go back to their bases.
I think that ball just kept carrying. I mean, you see, he calls for it. He thinks he's kind of under it. And then it's back pedal, back pedal, back pedal.
Fighting the raindrops. Overcast skies, twilight, lights, Dodger Stadium.
Tough GPS there.
Another chance for Smith. 2-2. Called strike 3. The Dodgers bat around and put up a 4 spot in the 2nd inning.
Got the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Dodgers at MLBshot.com.
Finally, Bobby Miller back out there for the Dodgers. A lengthy wait. The starter. Dodgers batted around in the 2nd. Max Muncy barehanded. Now he's going to put it in his pocket. So an infield single for Zach Neto. I mean, the launch angle might have been negative there.
Number 6, Anthony Rendon.
Neto having a decent spring, though. 3 home runs. Be interesting. You watch him now. He's got 4 stolen bases this spring. And again, this will be good for Bobby and Will here. And something to work on before Thursday.
Lineup turns over. Anthony Rendon for a second time launches a strike. And Ron Washington and the Angels have been very aggressive on the base paths this spring as well. Rendon on a line to Muncy. That'll back before Muncy can throw across to double him up. Good glove at third for Max.
Number 12, Aaron Hicks.
Yeah, nice play by Max, staying down. That ball tailing away from him.
This is low against Aaron Hicks. And outside. Bobby Miller trying to build on an outstanding 2023. First Dodger rookie with at least 100 strikeouts since Walker Buehler did it in 2018. Foul ball from Hicks, 2-1. First LA rookie to hit 10 wins since Kenta Maeda in 2016. Tails outside, 3-1.
Yeah, I expect him to be to have the most innings.
You called him the horse of the staff.
He's going to be the horse, and I'm still going with that, even 3 innings later.
Fills up the count. Hicks to foul another one back. And I bring back that point, EK, because I think that might make some fans, whether they're Dodger fans or casual baseball fans, perk up a little bit because of the offseason that the team had. When you trade for someone like Tyler Glasnow, who has pitched as an ace in the big leagues before, when you acquire one of the most decorated international players ever, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Line drive to center, Outman's waiting for it. And he's got out number 2.
I think the only thing that obviously he's lacking is the experience, but that's just going to come with more reps, more times out on the mound. But the arsenal he has, the ability to not rely on just one pitch, his youth. I mean, this guy is put together as well. He's got all the makings to be a top guy.
He's got Mike Trout with 2 out. Neto's still on first. 98 miles per hour, just off the plate inside. Be curious to see how many more fastballs he gives Trout, given that is something that Trout has had issues with. It's weird, you're thinking Mike Trout, all he's accomplished. Well, look, going into year 13, he's fought some injuries. Last year was the hamate bone, which he rushed back from. Catching up to the heater certainly be a focal point for him if he's to return to that MVP level. There's another fastball from Miller, another one that misses. It's 3-0.
2 outs right now. You've got to be aware that Trout's going to be sitting on a fastball. He's got to be swinging if he likes it.
Watch 98. Bottom of the zone, 3-1. Miller got Trout to pop out to shortstop, ending the first inning. After that, Trout has 18 strikeouts and 47 plate appearances. It's a 38.3% K rate this spring. Just like that, they're not only back in it, it's full. payoff for Miller. Neto going. Ground ball to Mookie. Oh, how about the jump throw? That pulls Freeman off the bag. Not sure it would have mattered even if it was on line, but it sure looked fun.
Mookie Jeter, right?
I remember
Derek Betts probably sounds.
Yeah, it's all right. He workshopped it on the fly.
Taylor Ward.
Like a pro.
Here we go. The jump. There we go.
And you know, Mookie and Trout, how close they are, that would have been a topic of conversation between the two of them. Had he been able to complete that play. But last year when we saw him at shortstop in Wrigley Field, right, that was a huge story. First time there for Betts, and certainly his big league career, but going back to the beginning of his pro career. First play he makes is ground ball.
Right,
unassisted double play, jumping over the bag. One to Taylor Ward. Got to Miller for a double in the second inning. First and second, 2 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Double from Ward really, definitely, not really, definitely the only of the 3 hits Miller surrendered so far. Any kind of good contact. And a called strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for Miller as he completes his 3rd inning of work.
Max Muncy.
Welcome back to Dodger Stadium with Max Muncy up to bat. This spring, he came into camp noticeably looking just healthier, readier for the season. And he talked to us about, he came in about 15 pounds down. And with that, he focused on different types of workouts this offseason. It still was about, of course, muscle, maintaining that. But this offseason, he focused more on stretching and kind of more Pilates type of workouts, because he told us that during last season, he dealt with a little bit of lower back pain and some knee pain. And so for him to be an everyday player, he wanted to put himself in a position where he was more flexible, a little bit more easier movement, lateral ways. So he's feeling so much better. That's been a big focus for him, because he said, he was very transparent. He said with the signing of Shohei Ohtani, he had to find a way. He couldn't be the DH anymore for this organization moving forward, and so he had to find a way to continue to be an everyday guy.
Thank you, Kirsten. Follow-up question. What would your home run call have been had Max kept that ball fair?
I would have stayed quiet,
no.
And you would have taken it. What do you mean? I was watching. You felt the pause.
By the way, the new pitcher for the Angels is the old pitcher for the Angels, Griffin Canning. Of course, Spring exhibition rules. Send him back out there. He was pulled in the second inning. 41 pitches total, but 31 in the second specifically. So he's back out there. But again, appreciate the insight from Kirsten there on that work from Muncy and just the mindset that he had. Obviously, he wanted to stay a Dodger. The 3-2 from Canning misses upstairs, and Muncy takes first base via the walk.
2 successful at bats for Muncy, both times down 0-2 after the first 2 pitches. Previous at bat ended up working a single, and this one battles back to draw a walk.
Dodgers trying to provide an encore performance from that third inning, and Teoscar Hernandez gets hit by the first pitch from Canning here. Canning also hit Will Smith starting off.
Both similar pitches, right? They're just trying to run that fastball in to the right-handed hitters and just continue to bear in on the hitter.
It's deja vu a little bit for Canning. In that second inning, first 2 reached. Here in the third, first 2 have reached. First and second, nobody out. James Outman tries to ambush the first pitch. Waved and missed.
Yeah, just to take that another step, the Dodgers, they went 1-2-3 in the first. Since then, 9 of the last 12 have reached base.
Popped up on the infield. Drury coming in, makes the play.
Number 23, Jason Hayward.
So now the Dodger who brought in the first run of the game, Jason Hayward. RBI double scoring Will Smith. Jay got a piece, went into the glove of Ohapi. Nothing in 2. One of the Dodgers veteran leaders facing an aspiring leader in Griffin Canning. 7 years apart in age. Hayward's down on 3 pitches. That's something Ron Washington has praised Griffin Canning for in his first camp as the Angels' new manager. Like everything that he does the right way. And Griffin has said, hey, I'm actually one of them. I'm not old, but I'm one of the veteran guys that have been here in this organization a long time. So that's a role that he's not shying away from.
Yeah, definitely experienced. And as you mentioned earlier, comes from a pitching-rich university at UCLA. And okay, I mean, John Savage, it's what he likes to, he develops pitchers. Talk about 2 Cy Young Award winners, Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer.
Now Gavin Lux 1 for 1 with a 2-run single. If you missed it, it was a million miles per hour off the bat. Luxy thought it was going to just flare foul, maybe just beyond Dino Ebel, but found a trouble zone for Taylor Warden left. Made it 3-0. Yeah. Here it was. What? This is reaction now. Oh shoot! Got a run. Two on for him. Bounce foul. 2-2. On 2-2. Lux checks his swing. Doesn't matter. It's strike 3. So the first 2 on for the Dodgers. But they don't go anywhere. But it's still 4-0 LA. Game 1 of this 3-game exhibition freeway series. They lead the Angels 4-0 as we kick off the top of the 4th inning. Bobby Miller against Brandon Drury. And that's strike 1. Final tune-ups for the Dodgers. We're getting back to official work on Thursday. The body reset work coming back from Seoul. If you ever have the opportunity to travel to Seoul or Japan or go that way, know that the jet lag on the way back is a lot worse than going out there. Kirsten Watson, can you confirm?
I can, in fact, confirm I am a bit tired down here, but also from talking to some of the guys. Jason Hayward was telling me, so a lot of the guys came in yesterday.
On a line to the left, and that will drop in front of Teoscar Hernandez. Back to Kirsten.
Yeah, a lot of the guys came in yesterday for a workout, and Jason Hayward told me that it got to about 5 o'clock. He said he was in the hot tub, and he almost fell asleep in there. And it is a feeling of kind of that fogginess and a haze. Everyone is feeling pretty adamant, though, that this could be the last day of it. Everyone's hoping that after the game tonight, they'll get a good night's rest and feel better tomorrow. But this is kind of best case scenario for everyone. It's forcing the guys back into their routine. So they are very grateful for this series. I should say that.
Thanks for battling, Kirsten, to deliver that report. So after the leadoff single from Brandon Drury, Mickey Moniak in front of Bobby Miller, 1-0. Check that, it's 1-1. That's strike 3. Oh, the hammer from Miller. His 4th punch out
14, Logan O'Hara.
Right, you got the fastball that you've seen that changeup, and as a hitter, you just don't know what to sit on, and you can't cover all the pitches. So you've got to pick one or two, say this is the one he's not going to beat me with, but you can't cover them all. I mean, if I were approaching Miller, I would go up there and I'm sitting on a fastball. So I'm not going to hit the good curveball. I'm not going to hit the good changeup. You know, and if they're bad ones, I can react, but I'm sitting on a fastball.
Logan O'Hoppe walked his first appearance at the plate. Jason Hayward drifting toward the line and right. The sun has popped out here at Dodger Stadium. No problem for Jay Hay. 2 away.
Celebrate an unforgettable opening day at Dodger Stadium on Thursday as the Dodgers kick off the 2024 season versus the St. Louis Cardinals, presented by Bank of America. For tickets and more information, visit Dodgers.com opening day.
Brandon Drury still on first base. Now it's Luis Rengifo with 2 out in the 4th. Fastball upstairs. Too high. It's ball 1. Angels now 1 for 9 with men on today. Miller efforting 1 for 10. Got some work to do behind 2-0.
Bobby Miller again illustrating why it's so difficult to hit against him. He's got 4 strikeouts today. 1 with the fastball, 1 with the change, 1 with the slider, and 1 with the curveball.
Rengifo can't catch up to 98. 2-1.
Again, another illustration of that fastball. 2-0. As a hitter, I'm ready to rip. And they are not catching up to that 2-0, 3-1 fastball.
Another heater, 99. Tick inside. Another fastball that Rengifo can't get to, and he's upset with himself. It's 3-2. Miller pays it off and gets a ground ball to Betts at short. Gather himself and throw to Freddie. That's the 3rd and final out of the top of the 4th inning. Still Dodgers 4, Angels nothing. 4-run lead for the Dodgers. It's Miguel Rojas grabbing a bat for Mookie Betts. Shortstop in the leadoff spot of the order. Shohei Ohtani in the on-deck circle. Freddie Freeman does have his helmet and bat in the hole. And Rojas with a slough fly ball. Neto backed up to secure it in left. One away.
Designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani digging into the batter's box, gets a good rise out of the crowd at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani flew out to the left, just missed one his first time up, and he walked to load the bases in the second. Canning delivers the 1-1. This is low. Upstairs, ball 3.
Canning working that clock again, taking it all the way down to 1.
Shohei barely moved. He's ready for it. Here it comes, the 3-1 pitch. Fouled off the leg. And now he'll step out of the box. Hobble out, I should say. Shake things out. Canning trying another 3-2 to Ohtani. Tipped into the glove, strike 3.
Canning throwing that changeup up in the zone, runs away. And that's where, the book is trying to attack Ohtani. You've got to throw that soft stuff away, and that's sometimes where he's vulnerable.
Freddie Freeman's bases loaded walk is what made the game 4-0. That 4-run second. Dodgers sending 10 to the plate in that frame.
That was the inning that Will Smith had an opportunity to get hit by a pitch twice in an inning. We were kind of joking about that.
Tell me Rick found it.
No, it's been, so since 1974, 2 home runs in the same inning, done 48 times, 2 hit by pitch in the same inning, 6. So we would have seen something that is historical.
You gotta go. You gotta tell Will that post game.
Seriously,
hey, Will, you messed up, man. You messed up. You could have been in the history books.
The only thing worse than getting hit by pitch, though, is getting hit by pitch in a spring training game, because it means nothing except it hurts.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Canning, getting Ohtani and Freeman cap the 4th. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 69 pitches. Oh, it's nice to see Bobby Miller back out again. Top of the 5th. Approaching the midway point of this Freeway Series exhibition. Zach Neto pulls it foul into the net. A young shortstop in the batter's box and a veteran one now on the field. Miguel Rojas pinch hit for Mookie. Bottom of the 4th. Taking his spot in the field as well. Oh, my gosh. Doing like that, Bobby.
That's right on right change. You don't see that very often. You usually see a right-handed pitcher throw that to the left-handed hitter and it runs away from him. But if you can start this pitch on the inner part of the plate, you see that just runs right to the corner and just ties up the right-handed hitter.
Drop strike 1 on Anthony Rendon.
Right, I throw 100 and I just struck you out with a changeup. Then I start this guy off with a breaking ball. And then I'm going to throw a slider, but I throw 100.
And it's not only that he has all of that.
And then I'll throw a change. He's thrown 4 pitches.
Right. It says he's waiting for that pitch.
Right.
To say he's confident with all of it. It's one thing to have it like, yeah, I can mix this in. Keep guys honest or whatever. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rendon.
Well, the thing is, too, he's a 4-pitch guy. That's the thing, and they're 4 above average pitches.
2-2. Rendon got a piece.
There's your fastball. I'm telling you, I mean, that's how you hit the changeup, that's how you hit the slider, and that's how you hit the curveball. You don't miss the fastball. I mean, that's the only way to do it. I mean, you just can't sit on those other pitches.
Another 2-2 from Miller. Just outside. Will tried to steal strike 3 for him. Michael Grove up in the Dodger bullpen. Down the left field line. Trying to take over. Ground ball to Muncy. Has it on the backhand. Throws across. Reddy's got out number 2.
Nice job by Max Muncy. The backhand play moves through it. Watch the footwork here. He's moving through that ball. Momentum over to first. Nice job. Nice job by Bobby Miller.
Real nice. 80 pitches of shutout baseball. 4 2/3. Michael Grove coming in. Busy offseason that included the signings of Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And Gavin Lux, Blake Trinan, and Daniel Hudson all detailed their long roads to recovery following the injuries that kept them out of action. As Dave Roberts, he gets mic'd up during spring training. So don't miss Backstage Dodgers Thursday after the post-game show. Michael Grove's 5th spring appearance. So the base is empty and 2 down in the 5th. We did see Grover in Seoul in game 2. Don't need to go over how that went. Suboptimal for Michael.
What happens in Seoul stays in Seoul.
That's
right?
what everybody says that. Yeah.
He's going to be important this year. Just, you know, he's that hybrid. He's going to serve a multiple bevy of roles.
It's pulled foul by Hicks.
Come out of the pen. I think he'll start some games when they're attacking a game with 2 or 3 guys. The Dodger rotation will be very fluid this year.
Buried that one, so it's 2-2. So you envision him sort of like a Ross Stripling, Kenta Maeda type?
Well, and I think the Dodgers are going to, you know, it's not going to be here are these 5 guys and we're throwing every 5th or 6th day. I think you're going to get guys rest. Sometimes you'll be pitching every 6 or 7 days, and you're going to need guys. I think Grove, Yarbrough, you know, Hurt, guys like that are they're going to be very important.
Pull.
I mean, if anything, the Dodgers, I think, especially after last year, the focus is going into October as healthy as you can be, right? And that, you know, with this pitching staff, you've got so many options that there's no reason that you can't make that happen.
3-2. Hicks holds up. Did he go? Yeah, he did. So that's a strikeout for Michael Grove. And Bobby Miller combined for a 1-2-3 fifth. Four runs on 4 hits. First 4 innings of offensive work for the Dodgers. Now begins their 5th with Will Smith. 5 and 6 in the order. Still Griffin Canning for the Angels. The 72nd pitch of the game is low to Smith for ball 1. Dodger offense was certainly there in South Korea. 16 total runs on 23 total hits. 2-game series split with the San Diego Padres.
You know, the amazing thing too, all the runs they put up, not really an offensive ballpark. Ball didn't carry well, especially you hit it alleys and center field, just not going anywhere.
On the ground is short. First out of the 5th. Yeah, the only ones. I mean, you really had to get a hold of them,
right?
Just like Mookie did, or Manny Machado did to ice Game 2.
Third base, Max Muncy.
Mookie Betts started this exhibition. The entire starting lineup tonight for the Dodgers was the same as those 2 games in Seoul, but Mookie's already done for the evening. 2 trips to the plate. This is the 3rd appearance for Max Muncy. Which is a ball. Upstairs for ball 2. And if you're a little tardy getting to the broadcast, you might have missed Kirsten Watson's pregame report, where she detailed, the plan for the starters today. The hitters was 3 ABs, get them up 3 times. Obviously, Mookie only, based on what you saw in Seoul, and then 2 trips tonight, you don't really need to see much else from Marcus Lynn Betts. And after that point, then seeing some changes, because there are some players that Doc wants to work in here tonight and over the next 3 days. Three balls, 2 strikes. Canning delivers to Muncy. Just like he did last time up, Muncy draws a walk. He's been aboard all 3 times tonight.
Left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Oscar Hernandez swings and misses. And does so again. They get a small piece, but it ended up in the glove of Logan O'Hoppe, so nothing in 2. Hernandez struck out in the 2nd. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Holds off there. It's 1 and 2. Good check again. Whole new count, 2 and 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Canning punches the ticket of Hernandez for the 2nd time in this game.
Center fielder, James Outman.
Couple pop outs tonight so far for James. All one inside down at the knees. Good pitch from Canning. It's veteran reliever Hunter Strickland getting loose for the Angels as Canning nears 90 pitches. The 1-1 to Outman. That's 1-2. Certainly seen the stuff from the Angels righties. Now up to 7 strikeouts in the game after dispatching Hernandez. 1 strike away from number 8 if he were to get Outman.
Yeah, Canning's thrown well, and remember, he came out of the game because he had worked that pitch count up for that specific inning, and then
yeah, it was
the
31
youngster,
pitches.
I forget who was Sieg. Miley, he came in and cashed in a few of those runs. Canning is thrown well.
1-2 to Outman. And there is strikeout number 8 for Griffin Canning. Just like the 4th, he ends the 5th with back-to-back punchies.
First bobblehead giveaway of the 2024 season on Saturday, March 30th against the Cardinals for Freddie Freeman bobblehead night, presented by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Mike Trout against Michael Grove to begin the 6th. The Dodgers maintaining this 4-0 lead. 4 runs all came in the 2nd inning. Dodgers sent 10 to the plate. And now the starters getting their rest. Surprised the Dodger dugout. Scary strike 1, so 2-1. Changes behind Michael Grove. Kike Hernandez at 3rd. Taylor in left. George in center. And Lorenzo at 1st. Sprayed foul by Trout. Count level 2-2. And a new battery mate for Grove in Austin Barnes. Gavin Lux at 2nd and Jason Hayward in right. 2 remaining starters. Long throw for Rojas. The stretch from Lorenzo, not going to matter. But Trout hustling down the line. That's his second infield single.
Nice job by Rojas there. Setting, making a good strong throw.
Fielder Taylor Ward.
Looks like Jake Marisnick is the pinch runner for Trout at first base. Does he qualify as an old friend? I suppose so. So I had a cup of coffee. It was a sip of coffee with the Dodgers, and he takes off for second. Barnes throw down there in time.
Do it, Barnesy. Huh? Oh, we're not practicing replay in spring training, are we? I guess we are.
I was looking at the foot of Gavin Lux because of the new rule, right? Cannot impede.
Yeah, can't impede, right?
Runner. But this is a challenge from Ron Washington and his staff. As good a look as you're going to get. We've seen the last minute or so. Alex Vesia preparing to take over for Michael Grove. Did you see enough in our limited looks?
I'm not bringing my game till the season starts. This spring training, I'm not going to waste making my correct calls now. Okay. Just observing, just watching all the action. You're in mid-season form. You drop vocabulary on the opening with.
You fake it till you make it. I don't know what either of those words mean.
What would you call here if you were the umpire?
Leaves. Ben, can I get one more look? I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in because this review is still going on. Okay, calling the field is out. I just don't think there was enough.
You can't say it after.
Dang it! I tried to slip it in there. Nope. Barnesy's like never a doubt. That review lasted long enough to get "Tell Me Something Good" stuck in my head, I'll tell you that. So thanks, Shaka, Rufus. 2-2 to Ward. Ball in air. Going back, Lux coming in. Hayward calls off Lux. 2 down.
I like it. You see both guys, Gavin saying, I got it. Jason Hayward calling as well. And the communication was good. Gavin let Jason take it. He's got He's got, what would be the word there? He's got not the honor of, what's that? He gets it.
I'm going to let you fight through.
I don't
this
even know.
one.
I'm fighting. It's spring training.
No, I'm not judging. Don't feel
Who's he
bad.
got? He has precedent. No. Priority? No.
Dr. Krajewski in the background.
What is it?
Honors right away.
See, you don't have the word for it either.
That's why I said I'm not judging you. I was
No,
just
no, I
letting you
know.
work through it.
I was asking for a little help
Oh,
here.
sorry, dog.
Sorry, dog. Woof.
Yeah, I'll go with right. I'll go with right away.
No, what is the word though? I should know this.
And you could Grove.
Oh, no. All right.
So second base hit that.
Had a couple of those today, right? Neto have one infield hit.
I mean, Trout has 2, Neto has 1, and now Drury has 1. That'll bring Dave Roberts out of the dugout. Michael Grove is done. Alex Vesia should enter shortly. We'll be back after this. Alex Vesia trying to get the last out of the 6th inning. Enters with a runner on.
See, almost 50 innings last year. He's going to be that guy coming out of the pen, that lefty that's going to have the matchups. When he's going right, he's good. Got a good live fastball. And he attacks his zone and is aggressive. He's very effective.
And the Angels will let Mickey Moniak, the lefty, stay in there. He drops down a bunt but pushes it foul. And the reason I mention that is because of Moniak's splits, facing right-handed pitching and lefties. You know, last year 294 with an 866 OPS against right-handers. Hit 222 with a 548 OPS against lefties. One sign taken off for ball 1. Went from La Costa Canyon High School in Carlsbad to 1-1. First overall pick for the Phillies in 2016. Ball 2 inside from Vesia, and with that came not just high expectations but perhaps unrealistic expectations on the young team. But now in a new organization and still just 25 years old, Moniak is starting to show signs, putting things together. Popped up in foul territory. Barnes underneath it. And that'll wrap up the top of the 6th inning. Batter one out for Alex Vesia. We welcome you back to the Freeway Series. The final 3 exhibition games for the regular season resumes. It's already begun. Dodgers getting a win, taking a loss, 2 games in South Korea. 2 games here at Dodger Stadium against the Angels, 1 at the Big A. And then the St. Louis Cardinals will come to the Ravine on Thursday. 4-0. Jason Hayward stepping up to face Hunter Strickland in the home half of the 6th inning. Strike 2 called, just got the corner. It's against Hayward. And Strickland starts his night with a strikeout.
Second baseman, number 9, Gavin Lux.
Lots of changes behind Strickland as well. Miguel Sano at third base, Adrianza at second, Adele in right, Calhoun in left, Marisnik in center. And that's a ball, but it's called the strike against Gavin Lux. The 0-2, Lux swings and pulls one down the line, foul. Another 0-2, another swing from Lux, another foul ball. Lux has plated half of the runs tonight for the Dodgers. 2-run blooper in the second. Strickland delivers. Lux swings and pushes one. Left field. Calhoun watches it go foul, luckily.
It'll be interesting to watch how he's used this year, Gavin, meaning he's not going to be run out there every day. And I think, against lefties, he'll get some starts against lefties, but he's also, you can move Mookie over to second, start Rojas at short. And I think also coming off a year off in the injury, makes sense that, 120, 130 games.
Pulled on the ground at first after a brief bobble. He gathers it and does it himself.
But again, I see some good things from Gavin this year. Really excited to see where he is in the lineup. There's a peace of mind now. He knows he's a darn good second baseman. It's just right now, it's just go out and have fun.
Miguel Rojas at the top of the order as he took over for Mookie Betts. Behind on the count early. This time through, the order for the Dodgers will look a lot different than how it started with all the changes. Trey Sweeney in the on-deck circle. Shohei Ohtani's spot. There's Chris Taylor in the hole. Two balls, two strikes. Rojas trying to deliver the first Dodger hit since Mookie Betts doubled in the second. Well, 4 walks since then, but 0 for the last 12. Hit hard to his counterpart. A good glove at short for Neto. It's a 1-2-3 6th. Dodgers down in order to end the 6th. Miller started this game and he was sensational. 4 2/3 shutout. 4 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Through 80 pitches, 51 of them for strikes. It felt like there were more strikes than that. He just felt in control.
Yeah, he really did. And I think what was impressive about this evening is he was able to use all of his pitches. Didn't rely on any specific one. And with those strikeouts, the changeup, the slider, the curve, and the fastball.
First pitch thrown by Ryan Brazier is sent high in the air to left. Taylor's camped out underneath.
What a find he was last year, right? And coming over and was in the minor leagues for a bit and then brought him up and just never looked back. Versatile, almost 60 innings pitched. See that batting average against 197, and Dodgers brought him back. Going to be an integral piece to that bullpen.
That cutter became a weapon, and then he became a reliable one. I mean, you think about the jams that Ryan Brazier entered the game with and got out of unscathed. Pulled to right by Adrianza. It's a base hit. DePaula just into the game for Jason Hayward and right, gets it back in quickly. Austin Gauthier now at second base as well. So that completes
Shortstop number 9, Zach Neto.
the evening for all the starters now. You know, with Gavin Lux now out of the game, you know, you mentioned last half inning, EK, just about how pumped you were for his season, how you expect good things out of him. You expect the Dodgers to give him some days off here and there on the heels of that season-long injury, major surgery. And you mentioned just having fun again. Would you find it easier or tougher to do that given the team and expectation that is, you know, with these circumstances for Gavin Lux, right?
Well, I think him going to quote unquote a new position, and you know, the focus being, look, at you're coming off injury and you're going to be the shortstop, and
that's a bullet into center field, and by George gets stuck at the bottom of the wall. That means the Angels are going to score their first run of the game. Adrianza comes all the way around, and the RBI triple from Zach Neto.
Well, Neto's been having a great spring. He came into it hitting over 300, slugging of almost 600. You see, this ball is just roped, and George is probably the fastest guy out on the field.
Yeah.
And that ball just scooted right by him. Let's see what the discussion is here. Some sort of ground rule.
Yeah, with the ball getting stuck.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Dodgers are challenging that the ball was lodged and it should be a two-base award.
So it's a challenge coming from the Dodgers.
Oh, there we go. That it was lodged. Not sure you're going to win that one. Now, if it would have been a little further to the right underneath that little patch thing, I get it. But that was just some dirt, and it just kind of stayed there. I'd be surprised if this one gets overruled. Doc smiling, he knows.
Yeah, why not?
He just. Getting back to Gavin, though, I think now, you know, for him, it's just going out and playing. It's not worrying about being judged on anything or how are you doing, you know, at short height. It's just going out and playing. And he looks sweet over there at second now and just super relaxed. And not that he wasn't at short, but every day it's, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you take ground balls? Hey, how's your...
After review, the call is confirmed. The ball was not lodged. Therefore, the Los Angeles Dodgers will lose one of their challenges with one remaining.
Okay. Challenged unsuccessfully. So it remains the RBI triple for Neto. And we'd be remiss if we're talking about Gavin Lux's happiness if we didn't mention the personal side with he and Molly now being engaged. And I don't say that flippantly.
I didn't think you would.
No, I'm just saying. You know? You're not just, you weren't just a home run hitting robot for the Dodgers, EK. You have feelings.
Well, but I will say this. I was down at camp, and the kicker was the day before Gavin, he proposed, she says yes, and then the next day they tell him he's not playing short. Just like, hey, there's happiness. Let's just drop this on you 24 hours later.
Now, why are you bringing up old stuff, man? You also know
like
3
that.
balls, no strikes.
Hey, it's all good. Like I said, Gavin's going to be sweet this year.
To the left side, backhand play for Rojas. Another run scores for the Angels. 2 out now in the 7th.
That's just a big league shortstop. That's deep in the hole, comes up, throws, and Lorenzo over at first base barely has to move. I mean, that's a chest-high throw. I mean, that's the thing. That's, again, at the big league level, the consistency, the ability to make difficult plays look easy. I mean, again, in the hole, turn, throw, and boom, right there.
Big swing, big miss from Joe Adell. See some frustration building for Ryan Brazier. This is downstairs. 3 balls and a strike on Adell. Stay alive swing, and he does. Now 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 from Brazier. Off the glove of Austin Barnes. Try it again. Ball 4. And a speedy Adell on the base paths with 2 down. Brings the tying run to the plate. And Jake Marisnick.
Center fielder number 10, Jake Marisnick.
Soaring loud down in the bullpen, and tell you what, that guy can flat out throw. He can bring it. He was a position player. You may see him. Rage has trouble here.
Brazier looking Adell back to first base. Now delivers. Adell going for second. Check swing foul. Ground ball off the bag and fair. Goes over the head of Kike Hernandez down into the corner. Adell being waved around. The relay home. Not in time. The third run of the inning for the Angels on the RBI knock from Jake Marisnick. It's now a 1-run ball game. From 4-0 to 4-3. Ryan Brazier out of the game.
Fans, your attention, please.
Dodgers, but he was not always a pitcher.
Yeah. I wasn't. So I told the story. I don't have any more to offer for you, Nelly. No, just kidding. So no, he was a two-way guy. I should say, not a two-way guy, but more of a position player. They moved him to the mound, and he's had some success. More a relief guy, closer, and got a pretty live arm. That's the thing. You'll see there's another kid, Hernandez, that came up, Venezuelan kid, that we may see him tomorrow or Tuesday.
It's in the air down the right field line in foul territory. Lorenzo at the net.
That's DePaula.
And so is DePaula, who makes the play. Another look. Josue DePaula. No problem.
For the 7th inning stretch, presented by Smartwater and led by Dodger Stadium organist
It's for Fernando Valenzuela Jersey Night, sponsored by Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Pitch hitter, number 89, Trey.
Number immortalized last year. From 34 to number 89, Trey Sweeney. Kicks off the bottom of the 7th. The Dodgers lead has shrunk to 1 after the 3 spot for the Angels. In the top of this frame, Zuniga, new pitcher for the Angels. Chad Wallach now catching. Sweeney, Chris Taylor, and Kike Hernandez to start this inning. Sneak peek at Evan Phillips, the Dodger bullpen. Got a piece of the 2-2. On 3-2, Sweeney fouls it back into the net. Let's try it again. Sweeney pulls one down the line, fair ball. Gets to the corner. Sweeney makes the turn for second. He has it no problem. A leadoff double here in the 7th.
Sweeney up there battling, didn't hit it hard, but hit it in the right spot. Stayed on that slider, just served it down the right field line. Gets out of the box pretty well too, and moves into second easily. Been a nice pickup from the Yankees. It really has. I mean, I think he's going to help the club at some point this year.
In position to score, Chris Taylor. Now in. First pitch swinging. Oh, a diving stop at first base. Zuniga steps on the bag for the out. Sweeney does advance up to third.
That Drury still over there? Yeah, it is still over there at first. That was a heck of a play. That ball, I felt like that ball was by him, right? See that whole right side open, and Zuniga doing a nice job of hustling over to first base. CT doing a nice job though, getting that runner over, and got a runner at third base now, and you're going to have the infield in.
First trip to the plate for Kike Hernandez. Got his hands out of the way of ball 1. Ooh, looked like he got the bottom of the zone. Called ball 2. Sweeney off third. The 2-0 to Kike. Check swing. He did go around, says Malachi Moore at first.
Yeah.
All right. It kind of evens up.
No, that was it. I mean, Chad Wallach's had two that kind of jumped out of his glove that both pitches probably would have been strikes if he would have caught cleanly. That was just a backup slider, too. I mean, it was not the pitch he wanted to make, but so bad it was good.
So let's see the 2-2. Tumbles outside, filling up the count.
If you're looking for Kike right now, there's going to be something out over the plate. Going to try and throw that slider away. And I'm hitting right now. I'm looking for something out.
Infield in. The payoff. Hernandez pulls a fly ball to left field. Calhoun will make the catch. Sweeney tags and goes. There will not be a play at the plate. The Dodgers lead is back to 2. The sacrifice fly from Kike Hernandez gets the job done in the 7th.
Nice job by Kike. Got that backup slider again. Again, not a good pitch at all. Just kind of hung up there. Kike able to pull his hands in, at least get it far enough out in the left field to do the job.
The little thing that you mentioned after Sweeney's leadoff double, Taylor's the ground ball the other way, advancing the runner to third. A runner that would come around to score. The Dodgers get one back now, 5-3 as we go to the 8th.
Needed to. Hitters couldn't catch up to it. And he used all of his pitches, the fastball, the curve, slider, the change. I like what I saw, and I'm really excited to see him that start against the Cardinals.
Certainly like what we saw from the offense in the 4-run second. It's buoyed the Dodgers up to this point, and we're talking about Bobby Miller. Somebody who talked to Bobby Miller is Kirsten Watson, who's downstairs.
Yeah, Stephen. Well, after his outing, he addressed the media kind of just with his takeaways, and he felt like it was a really solid performance. He felt like his slider, as EK mentioned, was in a really good spot when he was in South Korea. He just felt like he didn't really have the feel of it. So he does have the start for Game 2. So he feels like he's in a good spot heading into it. There's a few things he wants to work on, including just making sure he keeps his pitch count, especially in innings, in a good spot. He felt like he got a little high in the second inning there today. But ultimately, he felt like with having a shutout performance, that is where he wants to be. And so he is excited for this season to start, guys.
Thanks, Kirsten. I mean, Bobby's like all you pro athletes, your own toughest critic. He's chasing greatness, not just really goodness. Right?
Really goodness.
Evan Phillips taking the ball here in this exhibition opener of the Freeway Series. And Brandon Drury, 2 for 3 at the plate so far tonight. He's been good in the field as well at first. And Evan Phillips doesn't care about any of that. Strike 3 call. First out of the 8th.
Designated hitter number 16, Mickey Moniak.
Evan Phillips doing what he does best, throwing that slider. Looks like he is going to get the high leverage situations this year, at least at the beginning of this season.
Blake Trinan's return temporarily on hold on the injured list. That scary comebacker in spring, which is like, of course.
Dude, that looked like he just got shot out there. I mean, when he went down and I mean, there was no movement. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it just hasn't recovered like they would have hoped. Gratterall going to start on the IL as well.
All right. Moniak with a fly ball down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's not fair.
And
so it's not trouble. Ooh. Long strike for Moniak against a man who has asserted himself and established himself as one of the best in the majors. I mean, going back to the beginning of the 2022 season, ERA dictates that he is the best in baseball. 1.58 ERA for Evan Phillips. Back-to-back strikeouts. That's how you take advantage of that long strike.
Moniak having a tough evening. That's his 3rd strikeout.
Catcher number 35, Chad
Another
Wall.
at bat he spent with an F2, so not a lot of offense there.
Chad Wallach into the game for Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate. 635 OPS in 65 games last year. Sweeper in there for strike 2.
Dodger fans may remember his dad manned third base, Tim Wallach. Really just a solid player, excellent player actually. Many years in Montreal, Dodgers, and then the Angels.
Evan Phillips strikes out the side in the 8th. John Hartung, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Adrian Gonzalez back in studio. And wait, this is about, I don't know, 10 hours before Access has been coming on normally this year.
That's right.
I think we're a little early, fellas. Already back home and on Pacific Standard Time. 5-3 Dodgers in the bottom of the 8th. They run Lorenzo, George, and Josue De Paula on the slate for the Dodgers. In the air, foul territory, left side. Miguel Sano, veteran, makes the play. One away.
Center fielder number 84, Kendall George.
Now Kendall George. Now if you want to see a human fly, if there's a ball in play, watch Kendall George. Kirsten Watson has more.
Yeah, so I actually spoke to him ahead of the game. This is his first time playing here in Dodger Stadium, and he told me that this year, since being drafted, a first-round draft pick for the Dodgers, has been a whirlwind. But the big thing I wanted to know from him, just what can Dodger fans expect from him? He said, as you mentioned, his speed. He said he's really fast, but he's also the spark plug of the guys. So look for some really excitement, energy, you name it. He is that guy to bring in.
Well, I think you hit it right on the head, Kirsten, because a lot of people always talk about his speed, but for him, you've got to strike a balance, and it's got to be the speed, the energy, the hitting, the defense.
Yeah, no shot. Like, I'm sure.
There you go. Who cares about striking a balance? Let's just do all speed.
I'm sure, like, fans saw that ball on the ground, like, okay, there's going to be 2 out. Real time. I appreciate the insights, Kirsten. And I mean, Kendall George still he's still a teenager. Right out of Humble, Texas.
Think he's going to steal? He has to, right? Like, he just has to.
Come on. Oh, not yet. Ooh, look out. Austin Gauthier in the batter's box. One ball, no strikes. There he goes. Swing and a miss. The throw from Wallach. No shot. Do it again. Do it again.
I mean, that's no contest. There was a guy for the Oakland A's back in the mid-70s. They used him against the Dodgers in the '74 World Series. Strictly a pinch runner. Herb Washington. A's brought him in the World Series. Mike Marshall on the mound picked him off.
2 balls and a strike on Gauthier. George gathering himself at second base. Gonna keep him honest.
I mean, you could see him being a weapon. Like, you could bring him up. You remember Tim LeCastro?
Sure.
And the Dodgers used him. Some teams have used him strictly just to go in and steal a base.
Terrence Gore.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is long, but 17 stolen bases for George in 28 games in the minors last year. 2-1 pitch to Gauthier, skips away, and I kind of wanted to see him make a round turn. He's just going to calmly take third base. Kirsten Watson has more.
Yeah, guys. So earlier when I was having a conversation with him, with coming to the Dodgers organization, being in a clubhouse with so many stars, I asked him, is there anyone that he's had the chance to meet or anyone that he's kind of just been taken aback by? And he told me that his favorite player is Mookie Betts, and it has been for a while now. So for him to be able to share a clubhouse with Mookie Betts has just been an unforgettable experience.
You know what's interesting right now? If you look at the infield right now, So there's a difference between infield in and infield way in, and they are way in right now with George at third. I mean, they're literally 3 or 4 steps in on the grass.
Gauthier down swinging. So before DePaula can get to the batter's box on Washington, or his march to the mound to make a pitching change for the Angels. Old friends coming in for the Angels to face the Dodgers. We'll reintroduce you after this.
Face the young phenom of the Dodger organization, Jose DePaula, and this kid can flat out hit. Just turned, I believe, just turned 19. Played in the Cal League last year in Rancho, and arguably the best hitting prospect the Dodgers have. And this guy has got unreal plate discipline. Does not swing at anything off the plate. Good bat to ball skill.
Couple teenagers focused right now for the Dodgers, with George standing on third base and Josue DePaula in the box. There's 19, DePaula 18. 1-1 from Kolarek. There for strike 2. DePaula can give the Dodgers a little extra cushion in the 9th inning. Hot shot right to Kolarek. Hit hard. That's right at the Angels lefty. So George stranded. The Dodgers lead by 2 going to the 9th. close out the Angels in this Freeway Series exhibition opener. It's 5-3. Here's Kevin Gowdy, 26-year-old right-hander from Santa Barbara. His first pitch to Adrianza is in for a strike. Last year in Tulsa, Gowdy pitched in 31 games, 38 1/3 innings. ERA was 4.93, 41 strikeouts. Did have 23 passes issued. Nearly had a strikeout of Adrianza here. He checked up, so it's 1-2.
Well, you can tell a lot of movement on that fastball. Kind of a sinker slider guy.
Tap foul.
Like I said, the Dodgers, I mean, they've got so many arms in that minor league system.
Even with some of the injuries and the trades.
Well, the only trade they really had, though, was the Pepio. Like, I mean, that was the thing, is it wasn't like they traded a lot of pitching. And that's what, they're still in a great position come the trade deadline if they do need to make moves.
Even going back further, though, Nick Nastrini, Jordan Leisure going to the White Sox.
Yep.
First out in the books for Gowdy. Fly ball to Chris Taylor. The probable starter tomorrow for the Dodgers, Gavin Stone. And then Tuesday at Angel Stadium, James Paxton. Fastball for a strike.
I was going to say a guy that we may see in this series out of the pen is Edgardo Henriquez, and he is a Venezuelan kid, and the joke is it's kind of baby Gratterall. This kid came in the other day in the prospect game.
Sword.
99-101.
Oh, is that all?
That's it.
Okay.
This is a guy, you know, coming off he missed all last year, and he had Tommy John. But you got to be kidding me.
One hop. Backhand made. Throw across. Yes, sir. Miggy Rowe doing Miggy Rowe things.
You know, difficult plays, making them look routine. Again, just get it, flip it over there, and the throw is right there. I mean,
Gowdy and the Dodgers 1 out away. Miguel Sano swings at the first pitch and pulls it toward the camera well. On a line. George out, misread it, and gets to the wall. Sano trying for 2. The throw in. Cut off by Rojas. So a 2-out double for Miguel Sano. Bring a dangerous Joe Adell to the plate. It's a potential tying run.
Well, that's the second ball this evening that we've seen. Neto hit one, and you know that one. Now those balls are hit awfully hard, but even with the speed, you got to attack it with the correct angles. And see George right there, let that ball get by him.
Joe Adell can be trouble. Waves at strike 1. Placed Aaron Hicks. He walked in the 7th, came around to score. Gowdy's 0-1. Back to the well. Did not get the chase. Later start time tomorrow at Dodger Stadium. Gowdy loses ball 2 inside.
What time would that be there, Nelly?
6:10 Pacific.
Very much.
4:10 here on this Sunday. Gowdy checks on Sano, delivers to Adele. Gets him to swing and miss through strike 2. A strike away.
Is this a pitch we've been waiting for all game, Nelly? Huh?
Based on the fans, I would say yes. Good pick by Austin Barnes. 3-2. Let's pay things off. Kevin Gowdy. Ball 4. Tying run now on first for the Angels. And Jake Marisnick, who has had a big spring for Anaheim, will step back up.
Number 10, Jake Marisnick.
First pitch to Jake Marisnick is low, ball 1. Marisnick, fly ball just beyond the infield. That's an exhibition Freeway Series win for LA. The Dodgers top the Halos 5-3.
Yeah, nice job by the Dodger pitching staff. Little offense. We got to see some speed. Nice overall win for the Dodgers. 2 more to go, and we do it for real again.
The Gavin Stone on Monday evening here at Dodger Stadium, taking on the Angels against Reed Detmers for Anaheim. So the lefty for the Angels, so a different lineup for the Dodgers. Coming up next, Access Sportsnet Dodgers with John Hartung, Nomar Garcia-Parra, and Adrian Gonzalez. So for Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, and our crew, I'm Steven Nelson. We'll do it again tomorrow. Dodgers win.